Funeral planning can be as simple or as elaborate, and it just is dependent upon the family and the person.
When people walk through the front door, it's typically one of the hardest things they're going to do. It's kind of scary walking into a funeral home, but what this place is, it's a place of restoration in life. Our goals as a funeral home and as a pre-arrangement process is to help bring life into individuals who've just lost a loved one. That's what we're here for, to restore people and get them on a path to go in the right direction.
Everyone who comes here is unique. They have a whole different, everyone has a different religion or culture. They also have their own previous experience with death, and we never know what they've been through. I take each family as they are when they arrive, and my hope is that they will give us the opportunity to engage with them and to tell us about their family, tell us about the person that passed away, share with us everything that there is to know so that we can help them create something that is a memorable event for their loved one.
So here at Franklin and Downs, when people come in, there's a lot of information that we need to gather. And we have a pre-planning book that has lots of information that needs to be filled out.
The information on burial, cremation, veterans services, veterans benefits. There's a little guide on the inside that talks about things that we need to know, like what was your grandfather's name? What was your dad's mom's name? What state were they born in? There are so many families that come to me and they have no idea how to answer these questions. And one of the things that has stayed with me is they haven't had an opportunity to have those deeper conversations, that you should know these things about your father and your mother and your grandparents. One of the things that if someone comes in and makes an appointment to sit down and go through the funeral planning guide is I have this deck of cards too, and they're conversational cards. And it's where you can sit down and ask your grandma these questions or your grandfather, and then the grandfather has the opportunity to draw a card and can ask the grandchild these questions. And it's just, people are so busy doing whatever they're doing, and when they're visiting, they're not having those deep level conversations. People say, well, what do I do with my mom's house? What do I do with the contents of her house? I need to sell it. Oh dear, I don't have a probate attorney. But these are the things that need to be situated. Who's going to be receiving the house? Who is your trust attorney? Do I have to do probate? It's a lot, and if it's not expected, it can be quite a heavy burden for the family member that ends up mitigating all of this.
There's a lot of information when it comes to pre-planning, and the sooner the family does open our booklet up, they have time to go home and research to fill the blanks in, because sometimes they're not going to have the information. And I just encourage people to come in and ask for that book. And if they need an appointment to help fill it out, I can help them.
You should pre-plan so your family doesn't have to do it for you. It takes the questions, it takes the concern, because it's right there in front of you. It's important that there's a preparation made and that there's a file and then there's a go-to of this is what should be happening, just to avoid conflict. A celebration of life is exactly whatever that means to that specific family member. The more comfortable they are sharing about the person that's passed away, the easier it's going to be to garner the creativity of that event planner. So we want to touch the hearts of people, and we want healing to begin when they're attending the memorial service. Not just attend a service where nothing is said about the loved one, and we want to make it meaningful.